This Saturday, Denver Comes Alive hits Mission Ballroom in Colorado. I'm Ari. What's up? And that's Jennifer Hartswick here hanging out. I am
Hey!
so excited to catch up with Jen Hartswick, who's on this lineup and is going to be performing at an amazing, beautiful venue in Denver that I can't wait to be at. Ramble On Revival. Jen, a list of musicians that you've collaborated with in various capacities before, but this one's going to be a unique presentation of some music that I don't even know if you guys are sure what you're playing quite yet. Do we know?
You must know us pretty well to make that statement. We have a general idea. Yes, actually, when Kraz is sort of in the musical director seat, he's very good at getting things out of the way early. So he made some decisions probably a month and a half ago. So we've known the musical lineup for about a month and a half, which is that's a very long time for us.
Yeah,
Usually it's
that's an
like the day
eternity.
before. I
That's an
know.
eternity and
I
super
love it when
helpful.
people come correct. He always comes correct.
So organized, the consummate
Yeah.
professional. Eric Krasno on
Yes.
guitar with Steve Kimmock. You've got Oteil Burbridge holding down bass, Jeff Sipe on drums, Skerrick in the horn section with you, and Holly Bowling on piano.
Yeah.
All killer musicians. Who are you most excited to riff off of? I don't even know if you can pick one.
I mean, I'm gonna if I have to say one, I'm gonna say Oteil. Oteil is just like, he's not from this planet, and
No.
I like to riff off of aliens. uh, no, he's amazing, and it's been so long since I've seen him. We caught up on the phone last week just about life stuff, and it was so nice to talk to him. But I will forever be in awe of him and his bass playing, and so I'm super stoked to see him, but to see everybody too. It's been a long time since I saw those guys, any of them.
Yeah, it's a really unique lineup. Ramble on Revival, obviously, fusing the music of the Grateful Dead and the Allman Brothers Band and whatever else you want to throw in there. Can you
Yeah.
can you tell us about the Grateful Dead songbook, Jen, and how it sort of spun around your ears early on? What kind of influence they've had on you as a
I
musician?
I can, but it's a very short story.
That's fine.
I did not grow up a Dead fan. I
Right.
still wouldn't consider myself a Dead fan. It's certainly it's omnipresent in all of the circles that I hang out in, and so I've learned a little bit of the massive catalog over time just because of gigs like this and stuff. But there is one that we're doing that I will front, and it's certainly my very favorite one, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I love it. Now, did
Yeah,
you raise your hand on it, or did Kraz just know and he had you written down for it because he's like that?
that's exactly what happened. Yeah,
That's
Kraz was
awesome.
like, "You want to do this?" I said, "Yeah." That's end of discussion.
Oh man, the
Yeah,
mind meld. It's already
we know each
started.
other well. Yeah.
That's super exciting. I can't wait to hear Oteil play. And
Oh
Jeff Sipe, a legend who's been around for so long, doesn't always get his flowers and should.
no, it's really true, man. I had a friend of mine. I just posted about the show, and a friend of mine just a few minutes ago said that he had seen ARU over 200 times, and that it was such a soundtrack to his youth. And I thought, man, that's got to be some kind of record that somebody's seen ARU 200 times. But the two of them together is incredibly special. I had the pleasure of sharing a bus with Jeff when he was in Trey's band for a little while. And that was my first introduction to him. That was a long time ago. And we haven't gotten a chance to play much together after that. And he certainly does not get his flowers the way that he deserves. So I'm really excited to spend an evening with him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, the list goes on. Obviously, Holly Bowling, incredibly talented. One thing about this lineup that I love is the female representation. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that.
Mhm.
Not just Holly Bowling, but Denver Comes Alive is going to have support from Tank and the Bangas, Judith Hill, an amazing talent. Jen, you got to tell us how we're doing in this arena in terms of like trying to get equal representation happening for women in live music. Because I know that there's still work to be done, but I want to
Yeah,
hear
for
your thoughts.
sure. For sure. There's definitely work to be done. I think the people are doing a good job for sure. And it's a conversation that didn't even used to happen. And so for the simple fact that we are having this conversation, every time there's a festival or a gig or whatever, I think, I mean, if you come for no other reason to Denver Comes Alive than just to see Judith Hill, like she is my women crush times 10. She
Yep.
is just an incredible leader and incredible vocalist and guitar player and songwriter and entertainer. And I can't say enough about her. I think she is masterful. And, you know, this is not her first rodeo. People in our scene maybe like just kind of discovering her, but she's been doing what she's been doing for a minute. And it shows. And so to have her on it is awesome. I've never seen Tank and the Bangas live, which I'm super stoked about, because I've known about them for a long time too.
Yep.
I would say, like, you know, when it comes to female representation, I will just make this sort of like blanket statement, like, don't do it because you think you're supposed to, right? Like, don't be like, oh, we got to have some more chicks on this,
Right.
And then not think about cool chicks that you would have on it.
Right.
You know, and I think for me, I understand that people are still sort of confused or don't know how to properly have representation. For me, I would much rather show up as a female band leader than just like be somebody in the band, you know, like that's how I think we could help, is make sure that you're having bands led by women, not just like with women in it, which is fine too. But like, if you really want to make a difference, like, you know, women have stuff to say. And in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
And so I would say there, you know, there can be more of that. It's like, you know, who are some badass leaders, and hire them and their projects.
That's why I'm super excited to see Tank and the Bangas and
Yeah.
Judith as well. And, you know, I can think of one more that, you know, I'm curious about finding out what Jen Hartswick is going to be up to in 2022, and perhaps any solo projects or things in the works. Because I know we've talked about it over the course of this year, and I'm sitting here, sitting on my hands waiting for it.
Yeah. 2022 will have a lot of Hartswick in it. I just finished a brand new album.
Woo!
Like just final mix done days ago.
Yes.
I couldn't be more excited about it or more proud of it. And so that will be coming out in 2022, and shows to follow, and all kinds of good new stuff. So
I love it.
yeah.
I can't wait. What's the vibe of the project?
Woo! It's kind of like, you know, my vibe. I have a hard time being, you know, like put in a box.
Yeah, of course.
And so I have a hard time making a record that's just one thing.
Sure.
But the record is Nick Casarino and Christian McBride and Connor Elms, who I grew up with in Vermont, an incredible drummer, lives in New York now. We started our first band together when we were 7. Called The Second Generation, because our parents were musicians. We thought we were cute. Yeah, 7.
It starts to make sense now.
I was playing bass at that time and alto sax in that band. It was me and my brother and Connor. Anyway, so Connor and I share, you know, 35 years of history.
Wow.
And that was amazing. And then some incredible vocalists make an appearance, and but I'm really excited about it.
That is awesome. So are we. We can't wait.
Thanks.
And I know that we're going to be seeing you on a lot of bills and touring next year. And you've got dates running through the Southeast in December. You're doing the thing with Bayless in Miami in a couple weeks. Panic at the Playa as well. A lot of chances for people to see you do your thing. But it's going to be totally different when it's the Jen Hartswick
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Yeah. It's a whole different ball game.
You'll still fit in Tab Tour dates, though, right? I mean,
you know, we'll see about that. Yes.
Yeah,
we can do it all. We can do it all.
That's great. Have you been checking in with James Casey?
Yeah, of
your
course.
Tab sibling. He's hanging in there. He's doing well.
Hanging in. He's doing great. He's in crush mode. He's all, you know, God willing, he's at the end of his treatment. The ending of his treatment.
Getting up to it.
And I know he's got, man, he's on some flyers that are in a couple of weeks. So
I know. The guy's insane.
Every time I see one float by, I just kind of clutch my heart. I'm like, oh man, this is God, this is so soon. I'm so happy for him. So hopefully everything goes according to plan, and he can get back out there, because we miss him.
Definitely, without a
Yeah.
doubt, and very much looking forward to you guys getting back on stage together whenever that happens at
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
point. And
Man,
for
it's
all the new music that you've got, and of course for Denver Comes Alive. And
yeah.
you're coming out to Denver early, right? You made a
Yeah.
trip just for you. That
Yeah.
you have lined up for Thursday night. You got a gig with your eye on it, right?
Yeah, so Friday we all come in to have rehearsal, but I'm coming in Thursday to go check out Corey Henry and Robert Glasper at the Boulder Theater, because like what more inspiration could I possibly find? So yeah, I'm flying out a day early to go to that. So if
I
you're in
love
the
it.
area, please check that out.
Yeah, that
It's
sounds insane. And then they're playing
it's
Friday night at Serves, right?
yeah, yeah.
Which I might have to go to now that I
If
know about it. Thank you, by the way.
if you don't go, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just,
100% straight from the airport. Me and my backpack. I'm rolling up.
Yeah,
That's
bring your
it.
backpack. It's cute.
All right, last question, and I think it's important for us to talk about. It may be an elephant in the room, or perhaps not. Is Denver the best music scene in the U.S. right now?
Wow.
So hard to say no.
Wow. Denver's got a vibe about it. Denver is and it has for quite some time. It also kind of like chugged along during COVID when no other city was chugging along. I feel like they just they didn't say no. They just kind of figured it out. Yeah, they're doing an incredible job. There's so many venues, there's so many people who appreciate it, and I have to say that the fans who live in Denver, just music fans in general, are a totally different breed. Like, you guys come out
That's what it
and you
is.
come out night after night and week after week, and you literally climb mountains every time you want to go to Red Rocks. Like, you pack a picnic and like
Yep.
hike up a mountain to go see music. And I don't think there's any other city in America that says that, that does that. So way to go, Denver.
And if they got snowed in, they would just like put up a blanket and sleep there, and then hope that there was music the next night. It would just be
Oh
like no big
yeah,
deal.
that's super no big deal.
It's
No, they're
incredible. I
prepared.
can't
They're
wait.
prepared.
I know. I can't wait to get to Denver this weekend and see Jennifer
Yeah.
Hartswick with the Ramble On Revival at Mission Ballroom. Thank you for taking some time to catch up with us, and
Yeah,
I'll
of
see you on
course.
Saturday.
All right, I can't wait. Bring your
Yeah.
backpack.
With the backpack, exactly.